Good morning once again. From the breakfast table, I have decided not to drive up to the Monument Tower. And I have decided to walk up the Appalachian Trail for old time's sake. After a very short stroll up the hill, I've come to the Washington Monument Visitor Center. The Washington Monument Signal Station. There's a picture of the late 19th century view of the Washington Monument. During the Antietam campaign, the U.S. Signal Corps used this stone structure as a signal station. On September 14th, 1862, General Lee entered Boonesboro during the Battle of South Mountain and sent a squad of men up here to investigate some signaling, and found the local citizens just trying to get a better view of the combat. Washington Monument State Park is the home of the first completed monument to honor George Washington, America's first president. Built in 1827 by the citizens of Boonesboro, 30 feet high on a 54-foot circular base. Following his victories in the 7 Days Battles and the Second Manassas, Robert E. Lee launched his first northern invasion. Major General George McClellan and the Army of the Potomac pursued. Union soldiers discovered a copy of Lee's Special Orders 191, which outlined his plans in Maryland. McClellan moved west and on September 14th clashed with the elements of the Army of Northern Virginia in the passes of South Mountain. After a day-long engagement, the Confederates withdrew towards Antietam Creek. So I left the museum and had a wonderful chat with a volunteer from the Maryland State Park area who was very enthusiastic about the Battle of South Mountain, which is all around in this area. And as you can see, then I am going to wander my way up a short distance to the monument. But he has such a wealth of information, I wanted to really get him on for a minute or two on the filming, but he didn't really want to do that. But he is so full of stories and all, and it's just a great stop here. An early morning stop, Washington Monument State Park. Because this is an honor for George Washington, they have some milestones in the life of Washington leading to the monument. So the first one is, as you can see, 1732, born Westmoreland County in Virginia, 1732. George Washington, 1749, surveyor of Culpeper County in Virginia. 1753 to 1758, he was an officer in the French and Indian War, which is a story in itself. In 1759, George Washington marries Martha Cuddiss, 1758 to 1774. He was a member of the House of Burgess in Virginia. 1774, Virginia delegate to the First Continental Congress. 1775, appointed Commander-in-Chief. 1776, loses New York to British. Declaration signed. 1777, British occupy Philadelphia, and George Washington and his army then winter at Valley Forge. 1781, the British surrender at Yorktown. 1783, the British recognize American independence. And we know what. 1789, the Federal Constitution ratified, and George Washington becomes president. Appalachian Trail north. Do we want to go home to Pennsylvania by the AT? Then we take a right. If not, Monument to the left. Well, let's go to the left. (1797) leaves the presidency. 1799, dies at Mount Vernon. And here we are at the monument. Washington Monument. Villages of nearby Boonesboro celebrated their Independence Day, July the 4th, 1827, by building and dedicating this first monument to the memory of George Washington. This massive structure was certified a Maryland Historical Monument in March of 1972 and a National Historical Monument in November 1972. And I will make my way up there.